audio. It's gonna be people gonna see it.
Yes.
So.
Like,
Welcome, Bogey Nation,
Yeah.
and Backing Bogeys.
Yeah.
Don't know if we're gonna put this on the Backing Bogeys or not, but
it's probably gonna start on Bogey Nation. Kind of feel it out. We're probably gonna go from there. This is kind of like our pilot.
Yeah, this is definitely our pilot episode. Something we've been really looking forward to.
Yeah,
I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah.
Now that we have our wireless microphones, we don't have to worry about hollering all the way that way. Yeah, holler. Yeah,
really put emphasis on everything.
Chilling out here at the Caddy Shack, talking about golf, talking about things that we want to do, bullshitting. Y'all going to see a different side of us than what you see out on the golf course.
Yeah.
You see glimpses of it in some of the videos, but for the most part, this is.
We really try to dial us back,
which I know sounds kind of dumb, but we're not trying to be just.
Oh, we can be belligerent.
Yeah.
Like crazy stupid. So we're really going to let it loose.
We always have respect for the course. That isn't the kind of belligerent we're talking about.
And the people around us.
Yeah, definitely. We always, joke with the golfers that, are on the course with us. We're always in a great mood, the whole 9 yards. But we're just, a little more.
Yeah. We're going to cut loose a little bit. We're going to have some fun with it. Something I know I've been looking forward to this a lot.
Definitely.
Since we first talked about it, I think we talked about it like 2 weeks into starting to film videos. Like, hey, I'm liking this video thing. Like, let's try a podcast.
Yeah, I think what really set it off was when we were doing a set of intros for our videos, and we were sitting here at the table. I'm sure if y'all went back and watched the videos, y'all know what we're talking about. If you haven't, what the fuck are you doing? Go back and watch them. But there was a set of videos, and you'll be able to tell that we kind of filmed all of the intros in a row. Obviously, you can't tell it watching the video, but you can tell in the following videos that we're still sitting
If
here.
you watch those like 4 or 5 videos right in a row.
Same attire, same, we're
and we even joke about it. We're like, hey, we're still here.
Yeah.
And then one of the videos, like 3 videos in, Kevin's like, we haven't been here in forever. And I'm like, we filmed 2 videos like before this.
We've literally been sitting here for the last 15 minutes recording shit. So, but that I feel like was the biggest, and I think you'll agree with me because I think we're talking about the same thing basically. But yeah, that was like kind of the biggest thing for me was like, I think this is really going to be good because I feel like we did really well in front of the camera. Like we were just kind of rambling and talking and having a good time.
And this is going to be our kind of like our I'm trying to think of the word here.
Release.
No, not really release, but this is going to be like our platform for the people that, most of the people that watch us, they know who we are. Yeah. Most of the people that do. But when we get to the point where people don't know who we are, I want them to
be able to tune in and kind of get to know us a little bit better. If there's questions or anything, any concerns or anything that need to be addressed later in the future, this is a way that we can do it.
Right, openly. And the inspiration behind that was, we'll kind of get into it later, but one of our big inspirations is Good.
Yeah.
And Bubby Golf.
Yeah.
He did a very like strong and powerful sit down in front of the camera and really let it all out there to let the fans get to know Bubby.
Yeah, so I had always liked Bubby Golf. We've both been watching Good for a really long time, along with some other people, like we said. We'll get into that later. But when he sat down and did a background into him and his drug problems and, just the issues he had in his past and really being able to see who he was as a person and not who he was, but kind of where he was at in life. But to see how positive he was on a daily basis coming from what he came from, I mean, that's really a huge inspiration. And we just kind of want to carry that torch, I mean, neither one of us can say that we have perfect lives or anything like that. But I mean, if we can kind of carry a torch and, light up somebody's day or do anything like that in any shape or form and let y'all kind of get a glimpse into our lives a little more personal, I mean, dude, I think that's great.
And I want to be kind of a inspiration for people, like, say, in 3 or 4 years, some other young cats, like Ethan, for example. Like, Ethan is now seeing that any average Joe can do this if you want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, getting the backing, like something like some of these bigger name channels have, as far as getting subscribers and whatnot. That'll come over time. We're nowhere near that, but we know that it's a grind to start on YouTube. Like, we know that. Like, it's going to, like, whenever we started this, we were like, we've got to give it a solid, like, year to year and a half, even 2 years of giving it everything we've got.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, then it's like, okay. You know?
And you know what's crazy is, so I won't throw any other names out there other than Ethan, but I had golf today, and I went into the pro shop, and like I said earlier, my mom was with me, and my mom didn't realize how much on a first name basis I was with everyone in there. And so, you know, we're walking up, and I ended up seeing the golf pro later, and he made his way out to come and see me on the course. Yeah, I walked in, and Ethan's actually in the middle of showing one of the dudes that takes care of the carts our video. They're literally in the middle of watching our Two Average Joes Against a High School Golfer video. And as I walked in, and he was like, "If it isn't him," and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, that was really cool. Like, and he was, like I said, in the middle. And like I told you, he was in the middle of showing him our video, and it was just so cool.
Great for the.
It's a great thing. This is a pilot for
Bogey Nation. Are you having a stroke?
Y'all are gonna have me watch.
So, we're going to dive right into some things that we're excited. This is what I mean about this podcast. You're going to see us you're going to get to meet the true Tyler T. Box and the true Kevin Divitz.
Yeah. So I'm
100%.
sure y'all got to hear at least a partial beginning of
We
the
know for a
podcast.
fact that they heard the first
They
part
heard at least
because
a
we
little
kept
bit.
checking.
Yeah.
Where does yours go? Oh.
Where is she? Anyways,
We know that bitch ain't gonna die.
whatever you heard in the beginning, that's all you get.
We're jumping to the next part. Yeah, you don't like it? Sit on it. There it is. Okay, yeah. Definitely the mic, you know, flip over. Fuck y'all. First, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, happy Hanukkah.
So new clubs.
Nice.
Say it
Juicy.
again.
Nice. Juicy. I'm excited. I am truly excited because you got to upgrade your bag last year, and I upgraded my bag and then downgraded and then upgraded and then downgraded.
Your time to shine.
So I'm super excited about this, not only for myself, but I know you, and I know as soon as I buy something new, you're going to buy something new.
I'll sell all my clubs and buy all new.
I know you'll do that, and I'm so sorry, Kaylee. I am so sorry.
Baby, I love you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry,
I don't do it.
but I'm encouraging it. So
She's gonna be like, so much money.
yeah, sorry. Hi.
Yeah. And do we blame each other to our wives?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time.
I'm glad.
Yes. Why did y'all do that? Kevin told you.
Kevin thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, Kevin thought it was.
Why'd you want all these new irons? Well, Tyler said they'd be great for me.
Yeah, they definitely help his game.
Yeah.
Take his handicap from 23 to a 21.
Tyler in the background's like, you're gonna fucking suck!
I don't know if y'all heard that, but when Kevin went and bought his brand new irons, like I don't know if the audio was clear enough for that. When Kevin went and bought his brand new irons, we were out back, and I swear to you, he was like, "I bought new irons." I'm like, "What did you buy?" And he was like, "The new P790s." And I'm like, "Did you even hit them?" I'm like, "Those are blades. You've never owned a set of blades. All you've hit are the Big Bertha cavity backs and top plates.
Yeah.
And that's all you've ever swung.
Wait.
And you go and buy P790s and an extra stiff graphite shaft."
Well, they're, so I bought 4-through approach and pitch with Mitsubishi graphite shafts.
And me being the good
Grips.
friend that I am, I literally looked at him in his eyes and was like, "You're going to struggle."
Yeah. I mean, I do. I stripe them when I hit them well, but...
And that's what I was going to get to before we got rudely cut off by our microphones, is that
It's something I'm not ever going to have to change if I really... I'm not going to have to change clubs.
I genuinely feel like that you hitting my M4s gave you enough confidence to move forward with a TaylorMade iron.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Because whenever you were hitting, you had the Callaway Big Berthas, what I have now.
Yeah.
You were hitting those whenever I bought the M4s.
Yeah.
And you kept trying to want to hit mine. And so I guess based on how those felt, you kind of made your decision based on that.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to go into other YouTubers that do very similar things when it comes to like not very similar things, but they do like they do club reviews and whatnot, and we take their opinions in high regards because we are one for forgiveness. Like we need forgiveness. If y'all watch, hopefully y'all watch our videos. But if y'all watch our videos, you would know that we need the most forgiving thing out there.
Yeah.
And luckily for you, the P790s are a true blade.
Yeah.
But they have just enough forgiveness where they could be for that mid-handicapper.
Yeah.
So,
They have, shot shaping capability, all that good shit.
but the distance is stupid.
Yeah.
It is 2 club difference from what you hit versus what I have to hit, just because of the loft.
And that's with me swinging. If I had the true confidence behind it and had a good, consistent swing, it would be more. But I'm not there yet. But the P790s, like you said, they have the distance.
Yeah.
They have
2 weeks ago, or last week, we played out at a golf course around here, Eagle Creek, and we played a par 3. And I kid you not, I went up there and it was like a $180, like 75. I had to hit my 5-iron. Kevin and the guy we were playing with, Chuck, both pulled out 7 irons, like a 2 club difference. I put it into the middle of the green, and they put it up on the fringe. But neither one of them struck their ball pure.
No.
I caught it as pure as I could have caught it, and I put it within 3 feet.
He was like, "What y'all hit?" I was like, "A 7." I was like,
It is a 2 club difference just in loft and in the advancement in the distance in irons versus what they used to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love my X12s. I love my Big Bertha X12s. Like, I can hit it. Like, here lately, I've been able to strike them pretty good. I haven't hit any super fat. I haven't hit any thin.
And so the other thing with the P790s, and I don't mean to cut you off, but it just struck me. So, fuck me.
Yeah.
So they're true blades. I'm not taking away from that by any means. But with what TaylorMade has been doing with their P series, with the speed foam insert, that's what gives it a little more forgiveness and a little more feel off the club face. It's not solid steel. It's not, it feels good. I really think, from blades that I have hit to these is, just a huge difference. Obviously, but.
And we'll kind of take this to segue into our first manufacturer that announced their new clubs this year. And then we'll dive straight into the meat and potatoes. We'll go right into TaylorMade. Because before we get to the big enchilada,
the one we both want to talk about,
the new 770s, the new P770s, 2023. I'm curious to hit one side by side to your P790s, and see if there really is because obviously the P790s, their price is going to drop a little bit. It's not going to be anything crazy, but I anticipate the price coming down on them a little bit, kind of like the 2019 version. When the 2021 version came out. So now that the new 2023 P770s are coming out, I do imagine that the 90s are going to drop down a little bit. So I want to hit the P770s compared to your 790s and see if it'd be worth upgrading.
So
I can't imagine.
My thing is, from 2000 I'm just going out there and saying from 2018, 2019 to now, there has been a lot of growth in, club distance and stuff like that. But where we're at now, and I'm not just saying it because it's what's in my bag, I would say it regardless.
Well, yeah, because you bought them. So, yeah, you should say it because they're in your bag.
But, truthfully, if you had a tour professional that's striking consistently, and you put him with a P790 and then a brand new club, truthfully, at the end of the day, how much more distance can you get out of a club just by reforging the face a little bit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got the speed foam insert now. They've got, you have your max versions of clubs for forgiveness. You have your regular, Stealth has the Stealth Plus, stuff like that. But the distance as far as what you're getting out of your irons or your driver or your wood or your hybrid or your wedges or whatever it may be, at what point are they kind of maxed out and it's more of just a new thing?
Well, I think it really comes down to the people that are buying them, because people let's say for you, for example, who upgraded their bag last year.
Yeah.
and they don't necessarily. They're not, drowning in money to where it's just like, oh, whatever, I'll just get new ones, Where it's an actual investment into your irons. Is it worth the upgrade from the 2021 P790s to the 2023 P770s versus somebody who, like me, who knows they're going to upgrade their bag this year? Like, would it be worth spending that extra money to get the P770s? Like, even if you didn't have the P790s for me to hit, like, I don't know how I feel about it because...
And the issue with that, though, is I'm pretty sure I could probably go on TaylorMade's website right now and price out the exact same setup. I don't know if y'all heard. So, did I already say this in this part? I feel like we've done this.
Yeah, I think you've already done this with the point.
So, with what I paid, I feel like it's still the same. I don't think the price has gone down.
Well, it won't yet until they. A lot of these stuff don't drop until February 24th.
But I'm saying even once it does, it's only going to drop so much. So is it? See, that's kind of where it hinges for me. For, like you said, somebody that's going to upgrade their bag. I like where I'm at. I don't see the necessity, in my opinion, because of the bag I have. I don't feel like there's a need, and it would be ignorant for me to get a brand new set of clubs when I have 2021 irons that were top tier.
Unless you were changing brands.
Exactly.
Like if you were changing brands because maybe this iron feels
if
better.
I got fitted and they were like, hey, you need to hit these, and I really went through the whole process.
I'm super curious. What are the Apexes? The Callaway Apexes?
Yeah.
There are forged versions that were the same year as the P790s. Like I'd be super curious to hit those side by side.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the blacked out version of the Apexes are.
Oh my God! Do you know what I want? Okay, I take it back. I would give, which it sounds dumb because you couldn't, because they're worth way more.
You're talking about the black and gold ones,
the P790s, the Kith versions.
Yeah.
The Kith P790s are
the black and gold ones,
absolutely sexy.
But they would only look like that for like 4 rounds.
I know, but I want them, and I want them so badly. The
spray paint is $5.
TaylorMade Stealth Kith version, dude, they are so nice. But
so we'll piggyback off of that. The new driver, Stealth 2.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere else with it.
No. So we're staying in the TaylorMade family.
Okay.
Stealth 2 is announced.
Yeah.
I have heard mixed reviews.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed reviews in terms of the Stealth 1. I've also heard mixed reviews about the Stealth 2, and it seems like TaylorMade's on a route to. They're slowly fixing what was wrong with the Stealth 1.
It's because the Stealth 1 had absolutely no forgiveness from what I've heard.
No, it didn't matter which version you got.
Yeah.
If you didn't hit it right in the sweet spot, there's no telling where that ball
was like Tour Pro.
For a mid-handicapper, for a scratch golfer or a tour level, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like TaylorMade's got everybody by distance, and everybody knows that.
But by how much for the price?
It's like 40 yards.
Really? I didn't think it was that much.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The last video, which we'll get into when we get into like who inspires us.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me personally, I haven't hit one. I'm going to hit one. I want to get my own assumption of them. But just from what I've heard and the biggest thing that I don't like about it, and it's no hit on TaylorMade. I've been a TaylorMade guy forever. It's just now recently where I'm starting to branch out and try some other golf brands because I have been TaylorMade. I had TaylorMade rack irons, the Rack 360s. I had the TaylorMade Air Burner. I had the TaylorMade 580. I had the TaylorMade M4 driver. I had the old TaylorMade Bubble Shaft burner.
Yeah.
Like, I think that club head's over there from when I knocked the club head off of it.
I was going to say, you still have a lot of these.
Yeah. Like, I've been a TaylorMade guy, so there's no, like, hate on TaylorMade at all.
All the way down to the metal woods.
Yeah. I've got some old TaylorMade guy. I've always been a TaylorMade guy.
Yeah.
But I was lucky enough to hit the Stealths.
Yeah.
I did hit the Stealths, and they felt good when you hit them pure. It was the mishits, which for people like us that have mid handicaps, that is not something I need to enforce. Granted, if I hit it pure and I outdrive somebody by 30 yards, great. But what happens on the next hole when I shank it into the woods and they're hitting like a G425 max, where it doesn't matter where you hit it on the club face, it's going to go straight. Yeah, you're not hitting it. You're not getting a 300-yard carry, but you're not hitting it at a pine straw. You know. So it's not that I'm bashing TaylorMade at all. I don't. From what I've heard, now, like I said, I've got to hit it myself and get those assumptions myself.
Yeah.
But based on what I've heard, I've kind of went away from it in terms of confidence behind those. And the biggest thing, I was starting to get to this, is I feel like it's copy and paste.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I hate to say that. It's basically they took the stealth concepts and put it on a Sim 2 Max head. It looks just like the Sim 2 head.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do a side by side, it's identical.
Well, that's like we talked about the new G430, and neither one of us have had it. Yeah.
Different brand.
Yeah, I know. Same deal though. Like, but I feel like they have the same colorway of like a Cobra. You know what I mean?
We'll dive into that then. We'll go into ping.
Yeah.
Ping,
sorry to just jump. That bothers me,
Yeah.
and I feel like.
Because that ping so going into ping dropped that they're coming out with the G430 series.
It's won. It's already won one.
Huh?
Yeah.
A tournament?
Yes.
Somebody win it? Who?
Yes.
No, John Rahm's won them all.
With the G4.
No.
Hold on.
John Rahm's won the last 4 tournaments he played. He's used the callaway.
Hold on.
Which we'll get into here in a second. You have service.
No, it says SOS.
Yeah.
No, a G430 already won. I don't. It wasn't.
Was it Corn Ferry?
Oh God.
Maybe European Tour?
No. What?
John Rahm's been winning every tournament he's played.
I know.
So I don't.
It's.
Maybe it was. Well, Liv's not started yet.
No. Somebody already won with the G430.
I don't know. He may have won it whenever John Rahm didn't.
It wasn't. Yeah.
John Rahm is the hottest golfer in golf right now.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about that. Why don't I have service?
Yeah. Anyway, apparently y'all let us know if that's true or not.
Somebody, I feel like there was.
He read something on the internet, and he believes everything he reads on the internet.
No, so the G430 got announced, and nobody had seen a version of the G430 until it won.
I did hear about that. You're right.
And then it got released a picture of his driver, and I cannot for the life of me remember who was swinging. But he ended up winning.
Mm-hmm. I do remember hearing that.
So,
that was like early in the year.
Yeah. It wasn't recent, but I'm saying that was when
it had to be like the first week of January.
It was before the G430 had actually pictures of it had actually
back in
come
December.
out.
It was back in December.
But oh my God, I know this, and it's bothering the shit out of me because I know it. But he won.
I'm just kidding.
No, but he won, and then the pictures of his driver came out, and it was a G430, and it was like G430's already won one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Like I said, I've got the G425. I do have a Max version, but the Max and the regular look the same. I've just got a bigger. It's got a little bit bigger of a club head for more forgiveness.
It don't look much. Have you looked at the pictures at the top of it? It looks just like that, but it's got it's matte up near the top, and then it's like a glossy finish on the backside.
Yeah, but the bottom, I guess I don't know.
The bottom's got some of that green in it. Almost looks like the Rad Speed. That's
kind of why I thought maybe almost like a Cobra or something like that, because it kind of seemed a little off to me for ping.
I'm excited to hit it. I like your driver. I would have bought your driver off of you had I not bought the Cobra that I just bought, because I really like that Cobra. Which is why I'm going to be so torn whenever I buy my new bag, because that's going to be a hard one to give up, because it's been the most consistent driver since probably we've been playing. Because the Aero Burner, I was all over the fairway. My M4, I could never get under control.
Yeah.
As much as I tried to dial it in and anything I could, just the weights, I just could not get it dialed in.
No.
But I literally opened up my Cobra, dialed it down to a 7, and it hadn't let me down since.
No.
Genuinely. So I'm curious to hit it because I did swing yours a lot there in between drivers.
Yeah.
Whenever I got rid of the M4 and was swinging the Cleveland, I was swinging your G425 Max quite a bit.
So what I heard though, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the G430 is made for a draw.
And one of the types. Well, one of the variants of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that might have
I
been
did
the
see
one.
the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, that might have been the one that I was talking about.
I think it's the low spin version.
Yeah, but that one's made for a draw. I need something extremely, like, viciously neutral, like violently neutral.
You don't need anything that plays a fade. You definitely don't need anything that's a draw. You play a natural. You almost play a natural hook.
Slice.
No, it's a reverse slice. I play a slice.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited.
That I am excited about. I'm excited about just to hit the G430s. I think the color we can kind of get over. From some of the reviews I've seen, the club head looking down on the ball behind the ball fade or behind it's distracting. From what I've heard, with the
looks
two finishes, it looks great.
I can see how that would be hard to line up.
Yeah, with the two different paint schemes on the fade on the top of the club head.
That's why I like how the G425s are. It's all matte. You've got all of your ridge lines coming down to the center of the club face, and then you have your center that's doesn't have any ridges, obviously.
Yeah, it's about a ball. It's about the width.
Yeah, and so it's really easy to line up, but it's still got that sleek top finish. I really like that. I'm a huge fan of how TaylorMade does theirs, especially their. I will say this is one of the huge things, like with the it's like My TaylorMade Stealth, where you can customize. You can have a complete. And I was looking at the My TaylorMade Stealth 2s, where you could make your own. And I was in there fucking around with that, and you can get a complete matte finish top with like a gloss white edge or whatever, but I love that they have the little TaylorMade logo for the centering. Love that. I know it's such a minor detail, and it might be so minute to so many people, but I feel like just that little bit of detail, just having that logo for the centering and nothing else is so clean. Like, I really feel like that's. Really
I've always had TaylorMades, and most of the TaylorMade drivers have it. And
I haven't though.
Well, that's fair.
To me, it's like that's really nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like standing behind my driver for you is completely different.
It's completely because mine's a whole shiny finish, and
Yeah.
so piggybacking off of my driver, we'll get into Cobra.
Yeah.
The Aerojet.
Yeah.
That is a good-looking driver.
Yeah. There's some good-looking drivers. There's some good-looking irons coming up, but we'll get to that.
I haven't seen a whole lot on the new Cobra.
No,
I'll be the first to admit I don't know much about it.
I don't either.
I've only seen the pictures. I haven't really gone deep into the YouTube reviews to see, if people are hitting them. The only one I think I watched was Peter Finch hitting it, and it was like one of his first ones out of like when he's definitely not going to get. But Peter Finch is like a scratch golfer.
No.
Yeah, of course he's going to pick the TaylorMade.
No.
Because he can find the club fade, the center of the club fades every time, and if he's getting 40 yards extra distance, I don't blame him. If I knew that I could catch the club face every time, I would buy the TaylorMade. But because I can't, we'll get into
The Maiden Taters.
the meat and taters. The one I'm excited. The new Callaway
Paradigms. The driver is sexy as fuck. The irons look so good.
I'm excited. I've literally, you can ask my wife, I've stayed up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning binge watching Paradigm reviews.
So
I already know which one I'm getting. I already know which shaft I'm getting. I've already got it down to a T, and they haven't even been released yet.
So we talked earlier about, it would be ignorant for me to get rid of my clubs, this, that, and the other. I've got a top tier bag. But he mentioned, I don't know if it was the part that got cut out or not because the mic's cut out, but he ended up making a comment that he knows there is some shit that's coming out that I would probably do that with. Or, with switching brands, that might be it. But I will say the next I've got a lot of money wrapped up in my bag. I would have to get fit. I would have to get fitted.
That's the only way you can
justify doing it.
Yeah.
But I would really hope that I got fitted and they were like, here, try these paradigms. And I'd be like, okay. You know, they just look, they're aesthetically pleasing. They're extremely aesthetically pleasing. They look so good.
The new driver is, I am so excited about it. And we'll get into who we've been watching when it comes to why we're inspired behind it. And we'll get into that here in a second. But the reviews that I've watched, like I already know that I'm getting the Paradigm X.
Yeah.
The Paradigm X is like their forgiveness version.
Yeah.
As much as I want to get the Triple Diamond.
Yeah.
Because
it's like the Max.
No, the Triple Diamond is the lowest.
No, I'm saying the
okay.
Max. Yeah.
The Triple Diamond, and it was the closest one to the Stealth 2.
Yeah.
Like the Stealth 2 outdrove the Triple Diamond by only like 10 yards.
Yeah.
So like, but it still, even with that, it still had more forgiveness.
Yeah.
So I know Callaway's gotten a lot of heat over their last couple drops of drivers. Like the Rogue didn't sell all that good.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I don't
the
even
Maverick was got roasted.
And I don't think either of them, and I know I keep going back to aesthetics because I'm a huge, look, okay, I like the way my clubs play, but I like the way they look. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, and I know this sounds so stupid, but I don't want a bag that I can play halfway decent and then them all look like shit. I'll play halfway decent with a good looking bag at least. You know, and I know that sounds so fucking superficial.
Because that's the complete opposite of what I'm doing right now.
But I mean, I still, okay, that doesn't really count because I do play halfway decent with my bag for the amount of time I have invested. But dude, they look so good.
They do.
But like you said, the old Callaways, I just, the performance wasn't there. They weren't being able to keep up with anybody else on the market. They weren't keeping up with, and I hate to say this because I play a Ping. Oh, actually, I can't say that because Ping's drivers and
the Ping G425 Max was probably the most popular driver.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Their G series in general, the 410s and everything, they were all really good, but they weren't ever like. They were outshined by
Sim2 Max.
Titleist, TaylorMade, you know, the TSRs, shit like that. So, the G425 was definitely their time to shine.
Yeah.
But Callaway, like you said, the past few years has really just kind of dropped the fucking ball. Like you said, the Rogues and
Maverick was
the Maverick was
I hit that driver and that was rough.
Bad, like bad.
Yeah, I couldn't hit it. I couldn't keep it in fairway. I didn't like the sound. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like anything about it. So, what I think Callaway's doing, and this is how we'll segue into who we're watching and who we're inspired by, is I think Callaway is starting to listen to their younger audience. I think they're starting to. I think that they see that the game of golf is evolving because it's not just about PGA Tour. It's not obviously it was always just about PGA Tour. PGA Tour ran the golf world. Well, now we've got LIV. LIV is not necessarily competing, but they are.
They're a huge, they're
a challenge because some of the tournaments that the PGA Tour had, control over, or that they thought they had control over, is not the case because the Masters at Augusta has already announced that they're going to allow LIV golfers to play.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Because I know there's a lot of beef.
Backlash.
There's a lot of beef because I know Rory and Tiger are leading like the PGA Tour train, and I know Dustin Johnson and Bryson they're kind of the head of that.
Yeah.
And I know that Rory and Tiger aren't a huge fan of Greg Norman, who is their president of LIV. So that's going to be super curious. But going back into that is that Callaway also understand that YouTube golf is growing.
That's what I was going to say.
So much. It's stupid.
The audience that they're getting, I mean, look at the amount of golfers just here recently that are getting sponsorships from TaylorMade and Callaway and all of that. And look at how much YouTube golf has been. So like I said, Peter Finch,
Rick Shields, the GOAT of YouTube golf.
Good.
Bob Does Sports.
They've all been around which actually Bob Does Sports hasn't been around as long as
about a year and a half.
I feel like it's been longer than that because
I went back into his thing and watched all of his, like, I went all the way back to his first video.
I've seen
it's like a year and a half.
all of his, even, you know, heckling golfers, shit like that.
Yeah,
But
his first video was at Ryder Cup? President's Cup?
Yes. No.
It was one of those. It was like a team-based tournament.
But
that was his first video.
Bob Does Sports, if you want to break it down to who, if we're going to just say really quick, who has inspired, Bob Does Sports is my go-to.
100%. 100%.
Bob, Joey Coldcuts, you know, Fat Perez, Jet. I mean, they're all
Benjamin.
Yeah. Their personality and just the way they conduct themselves, the way, you know, they have respect for the course, but just the energy that they give off. That's somebody, you know, if anybody was to ask me who I wish I could play with, everybody would say somebody on tour or something like that. I would give it just one day to go and play with those dudes. Dude, I would be, I mean, that's like
just a golf lesson from like Fat Perez. Like,
just to be able to go,
that man is a menace, and he is.
Oh my God.
It's stupid how good he is, and like he doesn't care. His Euro steps on the green are legendary. Like,
love them. So that's kind of my inspiration. Like, just like I said, the energy they give off, the pure positivity that oozes from, I would say, all of them, but.
Yeah, we'll get into that here.
Yeah, but
that's gonna be the meat and potato conversation.
Yeah.
But going back to Callaway inspiring the younger audiences. No, 100%. You're 100% right about that's who we get our inspiration from.
Yeah.
But we're not the only ones. Callaway is doing the same thing because they signed Good. They signed Bob Does Sports to club deals.
Yeah.
Like, so they're listening to the younger audiences. They know that they're going to get sales not only from tour players using it, because John Rahm is dominating right now with the paradigm. Like, he's absolutely dominating.
You know what blows my mind, though?
What?
Is if you look at all of the videos before they all got sponsored by Callaway, Bob Does Sports, Good, all of them. So Garrett and all of them were playing Mizuno, all of that.
Matt was co.
Yeah,
Bubby was some
off-brand. I don't want to say off-brand.
They were like a Swedish.
It's something I don't know. I don't know the name of off the top of my head.
I know he had a club deal with them.
But if you look back at like Bob Does Sports, he kind of had like a mismatched bag. I know I seen Joey was hitting a G425 for a while. He had like a Stealth 3-wood. Like, he was kind of all over the board with his clubs. Fat Perez was kind of the same way. They all kind of had mismatched bags, and then all of a sudden now Callaway's coming in and it's like, I'm going to throw y'all all of these clubs. And I'm kind of curious because they all did not necessarily. So Bob Does Sports is kind of out of that, but you know, the other guys kind of had their own deals or whatever, you know, with Good, and that's their own business. I don't want to get into like prying or anything like that. I don't mean that in this and that in any way, but I wonder how much it took for Callaway to realize that we can really get some serious publication. We can put Callaway back on the board as a little more serious to be able to overthrow, like I said, Garrett playing Mizuno, stuff like that. Because Mizuno is not a bad brand. Mizuno is good.
Yeah.
So to be able to...
I think it's pretty safe to say that Grant and Garrett were like their two top guys in Mizuno.
Yeah.
And now they're both gone.
Yeah.
Because they both signed club deals.
Yeah.
Which, getting into the meat and potatoes of this podcast, is I think that's why they split. I think that's why they left.
This is all speculation.
We have no clue what really happened.
But reading the writing, I mean, the writing on the wall being the sit down that Good had about their, you know, when they announced that Grant had left. You know,
everybody knew Micah was leaving, but they officially announced it at the same time as Grant.
Everybody thought Micah was leaving for a tour deal, and he was going for his tour card, which I still feel to be true.
Yeah, I mean, because he started putting stuff on his channel about him doing some Corn Ferry stuff.
Yeah.
So
with that being said, when they had that meeting, the sit down, and they filmed it, and Bubby had made a comment, almost verbatim, that, you know, they tried to give him everything in the kitchen sink, and Grant had actually
commented on that yes, they did try to give him everything in the kitchen sink, but there were other things that were driving him to want to leave, that it was nothing personal, nothing of the sort.
Wanting to pursue his own thing.
Yes, and I do feel like, because there was a lot of things, there was a lot of legality issues because, and this is just speculation, there was a lot of legality because he was part of a group and a production, because they had the merch, they had, the clubs, they had all of their deals. I'm sure they had course deals, the royalties of Good itself has to be split. Obviously, I'm sure Garrett's taken, more of the pie because he started it, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But it's still got to be, I don't know if it was like a buyout or how that all played out, but I'm sure with Grant moving out, I'm sure he already knew that him and TaylorMade were going to be a thing. I'm sure that was already in the works. I don't feel like this was a last minute, oh my God, okay, TaylorMade gave me an offer. It just doesn't happen like that. That had to have been months in the making.
There's no way it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
That the same week, Good announces that they've signed with Callaway, and Bob Does Sports does 2 days later, and then boom, Micah Morris and Grant Horvat have signed with Team TaylorMade.
But you know what's crazy too? Is Micah and Grant both were on Bob Does Sports, and then Bob turned around and did a video with Good. And I feel like that was almost like, we're going to do a video with them, but we're not against anybody. We still love all of y'all.
Well, Rick Shields even said in his podcast, like,
no disrespect to anybody.
yeah, it's like he even chose not, because he was down in Florida a couple weeks ago filming with Ricky Fowler.
Yep.
And he even said he had an opportunity to film with both of them, but he didn't want to get in the middle because he knew that there was so much stuff going on that it was breaking YouTube. The fact that's what everybody was talking about, and he didn't want to get in the middle of it.
Yeah, and why? Yeah, because it wasn't anyone else's business, and I feel like everyone. Granted, we're talking about it just because it's speculation, just because we like them so much.
We just want, it's our opinions.
Yeah.
I mean, hate us, sue us.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
You ain't gonna get much.
Dead. You'll have my clubs. But yeah, like I said, with the Bob Does Sports thing, they did the video with Grant and Micah, and then he turned around and on Good they had a video with Bob Does Sports,
right.
And I feel like it's like split custody. You have to see all the kids kind of deal.
Yeah. It's rocky right now because everybody loves filming with Grant and Micah because they have really good personalities. They are really good on the golf course. Like, they are so good.
Yeah.
I truly believe. I don't know, but I got a strong feeling Grant's gonna be pushing for Corn Ferry. I know
if he doesn't, he's stupid.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I don't mean it like that. I just mean the potential.
He's so good. Yeah.
Dude, he's younger than us, and he is. Mike, dude, they're both. Their potential is through the roof. Same with everyone in Good. If they really wanted to, dude, Matt has gotten so good over the past couple of years.
Bobby is, whatever he's done, he's hitting bombs.
They're all doing great. Garrett has always been good. Yeah. Garrett has been good since day one, so it's almost just like, he's good.
Yeah.
But
Stevens made progress.
Oh my God.
Like Luke Kwan. So good.
He was good out the gate as soon as they brought him in. And unfortunately, he got in that car accident or whatever. I don't want to say whatever, just because I don't know exactly. I don't remember exactly what happened. I think it was a car accident. He got really messed up. I think he broke his neck.
Some of that.
So he was out for a little while, which was really unfortunate. But yeah, dude, they're all such good golfers. And what really kills me about the whole thing is I'm really happy that everybody is doing their own thing and pursuing their own path, and it's, for their own success. But what I want to see overall after all of that is it kind of come full circle and them kind of, and there might not be any differences between them, right? Nobody knows because nothing's been said. There might be absolutely no bad blood between any of them. They might just not be able to film together right now because of the deals, because of what they have going on, and because of legality issues. They might not be able to film together. I don't know. Like I said, this is all speculation.
And I don't truly believe anybody will ever know.
No.
And to be honest, it's none of our business.
No.
100%. What they do with their stuff and what they do with their personal life.
But I would love to see them all come back together because it was such a good group. You couldn't have picked a better group.
Even if it's a proper send-off. Even if it's we're all getting back around, and like, you know, I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, I don't.
Just because of how it all went down, how it was all just sudden, and you know,
Hey, everybody's gone. You know, they're gone.
we were playing golf when it dropped. We were playing at the Carolina Club when it dropped,
And we seen it on
And
our
we stopped.
notifications. Yeah, in the
and
middle
it
of our road.
ruined that whole,
Yeah.
because we both did our drives, and you were taking a leak right there next to the car. And I looked at my phone, and I was like, dude, Grant left. And he's like, what? I was like, they just
You're
announced.
pissing on the
Yeah.
pissing next to the car.
Yeah. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
Grant just announced, they just announced that Grant left good. I was like, there's got to be a typo. Like, we knew that Micah was leaving.
Some sort of fucking,
Yeah.
you know,
That's like-
just, you know.
Clickbait, something.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
we literally sat there in the fairway of like number 13 or 14 out there at the
Just
Carolina
watch a
Club.
small snip to see if it was real.
And all we did was like 5 minutes in, and we both got goosebumps.
yeah,
we were like,
I was like, dude,
what
you
just
gotta be
happened?
shitting me.
Like, and I'll be 100% honest. I haven't watched as much since. I've been drawn more towards Bogda Sports than I am the good, just because there's so much speculation around it. And I still watch their stuff, but I'm not as excited to watch it as I used to be.
Yeah.
I wasn't sitting there waiting like, oh, it's Tuesday. Like, good about drop it, or whenever they drop their videos.
Yeah.
I don't even remember when they drop their videos
No.
because I haven't waited.
I have always watched Bob Does Sports religiously.
Yeah. That's
and-
how I am with Rick Shields. I watch everything Rick Shields drops.
See, I love Rick Shields. I don't watch him like I said, like I do Bob Does Sports. I go to, so what I do is I hop around between a few YouTube channels that are completely not related to golf whatsoever. Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, okay, yeah, GMM.
Dude, me and Kaylee were talking about that the other night. She said her and Taylor were talking. She was like, "Oh, me and Tyler watch it every night." I'm like, "I told him we do too." So yeah, you know, I watch a little bit of everything, but
I get
really,
so upset when it's the weekends because I know that they don't drop a new
yeah,
one.
dude, it sucks.
It's kind of where I watch Good Mythical More now. Like, I watch Good Mythical Morning,
Is it
and
not good?
then I go and watch Good Mythical More. It's not as good as Good Mythical Morning.
You got to get into Good Mythical Kitchen too, though, because it's.
See, I haven't watched that.
I
I heard
I
there's like a
cooking.
Good Mythical Dark or something like that. Or
well,
Good Mythical Night or something like that.
So there. All right. So, oh my God, we're getting completely.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in another.
You have to go on their website. So if you're a
Oh.
part of
Their Mythical Society.
yeah, then there's
Gotcha.
a good, yeah, after dark kind of deal. Yeah, that you can get a part of.
Gotcha.
I don't know if they're still doing. I think they are, but yeah, it's it's
Gotcha.
part of Mythical Society. But anyways,
I think that was all we had for this episode.
yeah, I know we kind of bounced around a little bit. I don't even know if we really. I feel like there were probably some topics we started and then stopped and then jumped around, but I feel like.
I mean, that's a good pilot episode. We had some audio difficulties right there for a little bit.
Yeah.
And once we were just like, screw it, we're going to go back to the other mic. I mean, I'm still going to try to work with the wireless mics. They need to be charged individually. So
Yeah.
I need to charge it all three things.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Like, I charged the receiver, but I didn't charge the mics.
Yeah.
So,
So we had a
I'll
little
charge
bit of
those
difficulty, but it's
But looking forward to the golf round tomorrow.
yeah.
It's going to be 5 of us out there. We're going to do probably some 3v2s. Might do a little battle golf. Might do a Who's Your Caddy.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna have some fun with it, so I'm excited about it. I'm thrilled. We got our first podcast out of the way, something we've been really looking forward to.
Yeah. I've enjoyed just being able to sit here and talk with you, man. I know it's something we've really been wanting to do for a while, and yeah,
I'm looking forward to more episodes. I'm looking forward to maybe our more in-depth episodes of like how we met or getting to know me, getting to know you. I'm really looking forward to those episodes. Kind of our outlet to be able to reach out to our fans and be like, hey, this is who we are.
Yeah.
To the people that might not know us, they know of us, or maybe they were friends in the past. But I'm just excited to be able to share some of my life with some of the people that watch our videos, so that way they can relate to us a little bit more while we're out on the golf course.
yeah, 100%. And
So,
obviously, this is going to drop later than we're filming.
yeah.
But if you guys, we're always open for comments, suggestions, stuff like that. If you guys, now that we're trying to get into our podcast, like we both said, this is our pilot run. This is kind of just us really just kind of sit down, bullshit, hang out with you guys. If y'all have any topics that y'all want to hear us discuss, Even if they're controversial, we'll give our best opinion without being.
Not everything's going to be golf.
Yeah,
we might be talking about anything. We might be talking about the new COD that dropped.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be about golf. I mean, we started getting.
We're going to talk about golf.
Oh, 100%.
Because that's our main channel, and that's what we're passionate about. But we also have other passions.
Yeah.
We might bring our wives on and let them let them explain us, see what
they think about our golfing and how our money. But we also, we have other hobbies too. We actually play airsoft during the summertime. We're not playing now because it's cold as fuck.
We play during the spring and the fall.
Yeah.
When it's cold as crap and when it's hotter than the Hades, we don't play. Yeah. We almost had a heat stroke 4th of July for my brother's birthday.
Cody thought it was a great idea.
Attaboy. We almost died.
And then shot me with my own shit in the fucking neck.
It was great.
I stood up and was like, is that Cody? Like, I stood up out of a bush and was like, is that Cody? And got smoked in the neck like 3 times and heard him giggle. But we play airsoft. We have other hobbies.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god.
We haven't played a hobby.
We need to get back into, but that's, once again, for another podcast. If you guys want to know more, if you guys want to know more, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to hear us talk about?
We're going to be dropping these once a week.
Yeah.
We're going to drop 2 videos and 1 podcast. So you'll get 3 versions of content from us in a week.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff will be pre-recorded. We might do some live stuff. I know TikTok's kind of basically we're
it's not
doing solid. We're almost to 100 followers.
Well, as far as like
top of upload schedule, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's kind of whenever we can get some footage.
It's not going to be as consistent as it's really going to be pulling snippets from our footage after our footage drops and putting highlight reels and TikToks and shit like that. So
we look forward to it. Don't know when this podcast is going to drop, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's just us in here rambling.
We definitely enjoyed it. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
And we're actually going to start working on getting an actual podcast, like equipment, get us some Yeti Blues or something like that set up over here in front of us.
I've always wanted, and I don't know why.
Maybe we'll get a couple, and maybe we'll start filming out inside.
One day I'll be a real boy.
Yeah, well. And on that note,
anyways, thank you guys for tuning in.
Absolutely, we love we love everything that y'all are doing for us. We love that everybody's sharing our stuff, and the people that are sharing our stuff, all it is 1 click.
I thought you were gonna be like, "Fuck y'all!" Oh my god, there they win.
Yeah, no, it's just 1 click.
Yeah.
1 click can mean the world for us. That can turn us from 25 followers to 50 if every single one of our friends just gave us just a smidge of support. I'm not trying to sound desperate, but I know that there's some people I know that could share that don't. I'm not going to say any names, but
we also have the people that do support us as much.
And we are super grateful for those people. And whenever we first, I know we've been in the talks, and this is going to go only on Bogey Nation, but we've been talks about possibly coming out with some merch.
Yeah.
And those people that have been with us since day 1, sharing our content, those are the people that are going to get that stuff first.
I was going to say that.
Those are the people that are. My wife's been working on. She got a little cricket for Christmas.
Oh
my
god! Some of the shit that
she's making us we've got some cups.
Yeah.
So she's going to try to start since she's at home with the baby, not really doing a whole lot. She's raising my child.
I was going to say, you just follow up with.
So she's not
doing a lot.
She's not working a 9 to 5. She's working when she wakes up till she closes or till she goes to sleep. Till she closes her eyes. And even then,
you're doing great.
And even then, she's still working because I can't thank her enough for.
You didn't bury yourself. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, no, I can't thank her enough. I was digging deep, and then I was like, "Oh crap, I see hell." I was like,
stutter stepping like a muffin. She's great.
I saw one of the devil's horns. I was like, "Nope."
It's like she's behind the camera with a gun. You're like reading off a fucking prompt. Like,
I love you. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I will do anything to make it up.
I'm doing the dishes when I come in. I don't care that it is
11:40 at night. Yeah, we're both gonna be in the doghouse for this one. But guess what?
Right. Hey,
look here. I want to do one last thing. If y'all could send some prayers out for your boy Kevin Divots.
Yeah.
He's going through some rough times right now. We're not really going to go into it, but he could use all the help he can get right now. Just by some prayer warriors out there looking out for him. I know right now he needs all the backing from all his friends and family. So if y'all can do that for him, show him some love. that will go a million miles.
Greatly appreciate it.
So give them some love, keep them motivated, so that way we can stay over here and just keep killing some fairways with them big ass divots.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
beaver tails, baby.
Yeah, beaver tails. Absolute fucking beaver tails.
So,
but
I know we got green pastures ahead of us.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad you're here, man.
Definitely.
I'm loving being able to do this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Super grateful. I hope you guys love the content because we enjoy making it,
100%.
and it's for you guys.
Yeah.
As much as it is for us because we like being in front of the camera. Who knew that? We should have been in theater in school.
We can sit here and do this every night without the camera and be perfectly fine.
9 times out of 10 we do. We just
Yeah.
do it on the phone like teenage girls when I'm riding home from work or when he's riding home from work.
Talk more to each other than we do our wives.
Yeah.
Start recording our conversations too.
Yeah.
We'll just do that and probably shouldn't.
We definitely are not going to do that because y'all are not going to. Yeah, we want to show a real side, but not all of it. So, thank you for watching, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast, episode 1. So, stay tuned next week, episode 2. Don't know what's going to be on it, but who gives a shit?
Yeah,
We will have fun with it.
If y'all don't give us any ideas, we'll fucking come up with some.
Later, guys.